it's Charlie coming at y'all with another video. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a homemade sweet potato pound cake from scratch. Now I want y'all to think about this for a second. Over here we have the sweet potato pie, which is one of the most common, most popular pies in the United States, normally known in the southern regions, alright? Then we have the pound cake. Now pound cakes are known all over the world. There's many different versions, but the American pound cake is more closely associated with the southern regions of the United States. Now imagine combining those together and creating a wonderful pound cake with it. Absolutely. Now, not only that, once the pound cake is baked, we top it with a butter, vanilla, almond, cinnamon, spice glaze. I call it the autumn glaze. It's really good. This pound cake calls for about 15 to 20 servings, depending on how you slice it. Not only is this pound cake moist, has a nice sweet potato flavor, but it's absolutely delicious. You're really gonna like it. And plus, the great thing is that it has all the ingredients for the sweet potato pie. It's in this pound cake. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your homemade sweet potato pound cake. Let's get started. You will need some all-purpose flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, 1 large to medium-sized sweet potato, unsalted butter at room temperature, eggs at room temperature, and along with that you will need some evaporated milk, and for our flavorings you will need some vanilla extract, butter extract, and almond extract. You will also need some cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and some confectioner sugar, and some orange gel paste food coloring. You can also use the liquid food coloring as well. You just have to combine the yellow food coloring with the red food coloring and you'll have orange. Alright, to bake your sweet potato pound cake, you will need some Baker's Joy non-stick baking spray and a Nordic Ware Anniversary Bundt pan. Now this is a 15 cup in capacity bundt pan. Alright, so you're going to need that. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started by preheating our oven to 400 degrees. Alright y'all, here we have our sweet potato and we have some aluminum foil. We're going to take that sweet potato and we're going to add that onto aluminum foil. And to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of canola oil. You can also use any other type of oil or even butter as well. Now we're going to take our hands and we're just going to rub that oil all around the sweet potato. Just go all around with that. And after that, just take the sweet potato, place it onto aluminum foil, and carefully wrap the aluminum foil onto the sweet potato. Alright, and from there, just take it, transfer it into your 8 by 8 inch baking pan, and from there, it is ready to be baked. Now we're going to place this into a preheated 400 degree oven, and we're going to bake it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Alright, now after 1 hour and 20 minutes, you're going to remove your sweet potato out of the oven. Now we're just going to unwrap the aluminum foil off of the sweet potato. Now if you take your finger and you touch the sweet potato and it's soft, that lets you know that it is ready. Alright, now another trick here, you could take a fork and you just insert it into the sweet potato clean. That lets you know that it's ready as well. Now we're going to let this cool completely, which should take about a couple of hours. Alright, we let our sweet potato cool completely. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take a knife and we're just going to make an incision on top of the sweet potato. Now you can make sure you could do this about a day or something ahead of time, so that way you won't have to do all this all in the same day. Alright, now we're just going to peel that skin off of there. Now I got a little knife here, I'm going to just kind of trim off some of that skin. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and take a spoon and we're just going to remove the insides of the sweet potato. And from there we're going to take it and place it into a medium-sized bowl. Now we should be close to about it's about 14 ounces of sweet potato. That's how much of the insides that we have in there. Alright, so it's about 14 to 15 ounces total. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take a back of a spoon and we're just going to mash these sweet potatoes. I gotta get me a potato masher. Before we begin, make sure you reserve about 4 tablespoons of that evaporated milk. We're going to need that for the icing later. Right? Now we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the evaporated milk into the sweet potato mixture. Just add it all in there. The rest of the can, just add it all in there. Now we're going to go ahead and mix this with our hand mixer for about 30 seconds. Alright, Now we're doing the process called we're removing the strings from the sweet potato. Alright, and as you can see, there are some strings attached to the beater blades. Now we're going to go ahead and rinse the beater blades off to get rid of those strings. Now don't worry, I got a little strain at the bottom to make sure that don't fall down the drain. Right. Now we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl. Just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and take our hand mixer and we're going to mix this again for about 30 seconds. Now we're going to repeat this process for about 5 more times, or until the strings have been completely removed from the sweet potatoes, like how you see here. Alright, here we have 1 1/2 cups of this sweet potato mixture. You're going to have some left over, which is normal, alright? As long as you have 1 1/2 cups of that mixture in there, that's all that matters, alright? Now we're going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of butter extract. Now we're going to go ahead and mix that in. Give that a quick stir. Now we only need 1 1/2 cups of this, because if you add too much, the pound cake is going to be too dense and we don't want that. Alright, so let's get started with our dry ingredients. In a medium-sized bowl with our mesh strainer, we're going to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You can use cake flour too, yeah. Alright, now into that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to go ahead and sift all the dry ingredients into a medium-sized bowl. Make sure you get your hand and make sure all that get in there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take our spoon and we're just going to give this a quick stir. We'll make sure you stir this really good to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated. Alright, now with our stand mixer with the paddle attachment, we're going to add 3 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. You can use salted butter as well. Now to that we're going to add 3 cups of sugar. Alright, now we're going to start our mixer on a medium-low speed just to get that butter and sugar incorporated. Now we're going to turn our mixer up to the highest setting and we're going to mix this on high speed for 6 minutes. Now at some point during those 6 minutes, we're going to go ahead and stop our mixer and we're going to scrape down the sides of our bowl. You're going to be hearing this a lot. Alright, now we're going to continue mixing that in. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl again. Okay, now we're going to start our mixer on a medium speed and we're going to add 5 large eggs in at room temperature, 1 at a time. We just add the first egg in. Just mix that until it's incorporated. From there, now you're going to add the second egg in there. Mix that until it's incorporated. Don't over mix it. Now we're adding the third egg in. Now you're going to mix that until it's incorporated. Now at this point we're going to go ahead and stop our mixer again and we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl. It's all a part of making things work here. Now we're going to go ahead and continue mixing that in. Start your mixer on a medium speed. Now this is the 4th egg that we're adding in. Now we're going to mix that until it's incorporated. And this is the last egg, the 5th egg, right on in there. Now we're going to mix that until it is incorporated. Now you want to be careful. After this, be careful not to over mix this batter. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl. Alright, now we're going to add 1 cup of our all-purpose flour mixture, and to that we're going to add a 1/2 cup of our sweet potato milk mixture. Sorry y'all, my hand is all in the way. Now we're going to go ahead and start our mixer on a medium-low speed. Mix that until combined. Alright, now be careful not to over mix this. Just mix it until it's incorporated. Now we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl again. There we go. Now we're going to add 1 cup of our all-purpose flour mixture, and to that we're going to add a 1/2 cup of our sweet potato milk mixture. Alright, now we're going to mix this on a medium-low speed until it is incorporated. Do not over mix it. Alright, just mix it until it's combined. That's it. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of our bowl again. It's part of the normal process. Now we're going to add 1 cup of our all-purpose flour mixture. Just add it all in there. And to that we're going to add a 1/2 cup of our sweet potato milk mixture. Just add it in there all at once. Now we're going to go ahead and mix this on a medium-low speed until it's incorporated. Remember, don't over mix it. Just mix it at a low speed. Alright, now at this time we have our orange gel paste food coloring. We're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of that in there. We just added it onto the tip of a spoon, and I'm just going to add that into the batter, just like that. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and mix this on a medium-low speed until combined. Make sure it's a nice little orange color, light orange color now. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Now we're going to scrape down the sides of our bowl, and our sweet potato pound cake batter is now ready. Now at this time we're going to go ahead and spray our bundt pan with our Baker's Joy non-stick baking spray, and we're going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees. Now we're going to go ahead and pour our sweet potato pound cake batter into our bundt pan. Now you're just going to add that in there as evenly as possible. Alright. Now you want to make sure you go all around with this. And there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and take a back of a spoon, and we're just going to spread that pound cake batter around our bundt pan as evenly as possible. Now to make the batter more even, we're going to shake our pan slightly. And we're also going to tap the pan on top of our table. Now let's go ahead and bake this. Now we're going to place this into a preheated 325 degree oven, and we're going to bake this for 1 hour and 10 minutes. This is how it looks before, and this is how it looks after. Look at that. Nice, beautiful rise. Now we're going to go ahead and remove our sweet potato pound cake out of the oven after baking on 325 degrees for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Now a toothpick inserted into the pound cake should come out clean. Now you're going to let this cake cool for about 6 hours. Now as for me, I'm going to let this cake cool overnight. Alright. I let my cake cool overnight. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a cooling rack, and I'm just going to flip my cake over. Drum roll, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Look at how nice, beautiful golden brown it is. Now let's go ahead and make our autumn icing. Alright, in a small bowl we're going to add 1 1/4 cups of confectioner sugar, and to that we're going to add 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. And remember that 4 tablespoons of evaporated milk that I told you to reserve? Make sure it's warm. 4 tablespoons right on in there. Alright. Now to that we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/2 teaspoon of butter extract, 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. Make sure you get that in there. And to that we're going to add 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/8 teaspoon of allspice. Now we're going to take our whisk, and we're just going to stir this until the mixture is creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. And this is how it looks when we're done. It's creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. Look at that. Now for the final part, we've taken the toothpick and we add it into the orange gel paste food coloring, and we're just going to swirl that around into the icing, just like that. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and take our whisk, and we're just going to stir this until combined it should be a nice light orange color. This is exactly what we're looking for, and our autumn icing is now ready. Look at how beautiful that is. And your icing will be thick, by the way. That is normal. Alright. Now for the final step, we're going to go ahead and pour the icing on top of the pound cake. Now when you first pour it on, it's going to be pretty thick to where it doesn't look like it's going to free fall, but just be patient with it and just go all around with it, and the icing will free fall to the sides. Alright. And there we go. Now we're going to let our icing set. It's going to take about 15 to 30 minutes, and our pound cake's ready to be served. Now who wants a slice? Now for the final presentation, I'm going to go ahead and cut you a nice slice. Wouldn't be right if I didn't do that, right? Wow, look at how beautiful and moist that looks. Can't wait to get a slice of that. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Homemade sweet potato pound cake, made from scratch by a New Orleans native. If y'all like what y'all see, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. You can also check out this recipe as well as all of my other recipes. Visit www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook and on Instagram under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go ahead and take a bite. Now, a lot of people ask me about the table pounding. The table hits are basically a rating for my food. That's it. So without further ado, let's go. Look at that. See, bro, I tell y'all no lie. This is absolutely delicious. Really good. It's on point. The cake is real moist, soft, has a nice sweet potato flavor. The spices are on point, not overpowering at all, just right. And then you have that autumn glaze that really brings it all together. On point, really good. Now, if you are, so let's say for instance, you want to try something different for the holidays instead of that old sweet potato pie that you make every single year. Why don't you combine that with the pound cake and make a wonderful, fabulous treat. Sweet potato pound cake. So, give the recipe a try. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and until next time, have a good one. Peace. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can see the cinnamon and the spices, and I mean, mm-mm-mm.